for you to be able to learn and play in all 12 keys, there are only 3 things you need to know. The first thing is to know what a major chord looks like. The second thing is to know what a major scale formula is. And the third thing is to create time to practice in all 12 keys. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how I learned all 12 keys. My name is Daniel and I've been playing for the past 10 years. In this channel, I post intermediate gospel piano tutorials. If that's something you're interested in, I recommend to subscribe right now so you don't miss updates from me. The first thing to know what a major chord looks like. So a major chord, let's say C major chord, right? As a pianist, you need to know what all major chords are. I need to know what they look like, because if you know what they look like, it's only very easy to play, to be able to play in all 12 keys. And for you to, every other chord comes from a major chord. Let's say you know a major chord, right? If you want to form a minor chord, all you have to do is to bring the middle notes down, and then you form a minor chord. If you want to learn a diminished chord, all you have to do is just to bring the 2 top notes down. That's how you play a diminished chord. If you want to play an augmented chord, all you have to do is to take the highest note up, be able to play an augmented chord. And then that's pretty much it. Every other chord comes from a major chord. So if you know how to play a major chord for all 12 keys, then it's going to be very easy for you to play in all 12 keys. So let's say, I'm going to show you all 12 keys real quick. So this is C sharp, C major, a major chord, C sharp, D major chord, E flat major chord, E major chord, F major chord, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B flat, B, and then C. So the second thing you need to know is the major scale formula. So the major scale formula, so let's see the key of C, right? For you to be able to play a major scale, there's a formula that it's always used. So the formula is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So the formula, basically a tone means 2 steps. So tone, another 2 steps, tone, semitone means 1 step. So, and then tone, 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 semitone. Tone, 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 semitone. So this is a C major scale. So let's say you want to play, let's say, an E major scale. So the same thing, same formula I will do is to, so let's say you want to play F major scale. So F major scale, the same thing. Tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So now that you know the major scale formula, for you to be able to play in all 12 keys, you also need to know that the chords are basically, let's say in the key C major scale, so the 1 chord is always going to be major, the 2nd chord is always going to be minor. I remember, if you remember at the beginning, I said if you want to form a minor chord, basically you play a major chord and then you bring the middle notes down to be able to form a minor chord. So like I said, the only thing you need to know is just know what a major chord looks like. Once you know how the major scale looks like, a major chord looks like, you can be able to play a minor chord. So a minor chord, basically you bring the middle note down. So let's go back to the key of C. So the first note is going to be major. The first 4 and 5 are going to be major. So first 4 and 5, it's going to be major. The second 3 and 6 are going to be minor. So second 3, 6, minor. And then the only thing that is different is going to be the 7th chord, which is going to be diminished. So that's pretty much it. So let's say you want to play C sharp major scale, right? So again, C sharp major scale, I'm probably going to leave a link for all the resources for a resource that you can use to be able to learn in all 12 keys. I'll leave a link below in the description. But let's say a C sharp major scale. C sharp major scale. So that's C sharp major scale. So one, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So very easy stuff. And by the way, the only reason why I can remember this is because I've been practicing it for over a long time. So that's a very quick tip for you to remember everything that you're going to learn over time. You just have to like keep practicing it over time, and it's going to be a very easy stuff for you. So let's say the key of C sharp. I know the 1 is going to be major. The 4 is going to be, so 1, 4, and 5 is going to be major. So 1, 4, 5, major. 1, the 2, 3, and 6 are going to be minor. And then the 7 is going to be diminished. So that means to play a major scale in C sharp with chords are going to be so you see. So that's something we can do. So let's say the same thing. Let's say we want to learn the D major scale. So the D major scale. By the way, I'm going to provide a video for fingering, for what fingering you can use to be able to play the major scale. And also I'll leave a link below for the chat as well. So the D major scale. So again, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So that means in the key of D, my 1 chord will be this. 1 chord, 4 chord, and 5 chord will be major. So 1, 4, 5, major. And then my 2 chord, 3 chord, and 6 chord are minor. So if you want, you can play a major chord first, and then bring the middle note down to be able to find the minor chord. Or if you want, if you already know how to play the minor chord, then it's very easy. So 2, 3, and then 6. That's very easy. And then our 7 chord is going to be diminished. So 7 chord, diminish. Oh, diminish, sorry. So that's it for key D. So let's say, a final example, before you know what, I'm going to show you all 12 keys. So let's say C, to play the major scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. C sharp, 1, 2. E flat. Key of E. Key of F. The key of F sharp. key of G, the key of G sharp, the key of A, the key of B flat, the key of B, the key of C, So now that you know all the major scales in all 12 keys, the best way to practice, in my opinion, would be to practice original songs in their original keys. So let's say we are thinking of, let's say the key of C sharp, right? Great are you, Lord. Great are you, Lord. The intro is done. So the best way to practice, to be able to play in all 12 keys, is to practice the original songs in all 12 keys. And then something you can do is, let's say you play in the key of C, right? Like let's say before you used to play in the key you can play in the key of C very well. You can start learning all those small things that you usually do in key of C. I mean, not all those, I mean, they are not small, but like all those extra stuff that you usually do in key of C, you can try to do them in the key of C sharp. So let's say in the key of C, you can do, like let's say for an easy one would be a sus4. You have sus4, I mean a sus2. So you can do the same thing in the key of C sharp. All you have to do is just add the middle note. It's that same thing. So the best way is just do all those small things in the new key, and then over time, when you keep playing in that key, you can now add all this extra stuff that you usually do. So let's say you usually do 736. Let's say in the key of C, right? 736. Over time, you'll be able to do like 736 in the key of C sharp too. But I would recommend to do small things first. So small things such as like sus2, small things such as sus4, small things such as like little riffs. So let's say riff like all those small riffs, you can try to add them. But like all those bigger stuff, you can wait. That one can wait, but like adding all those small stuff will be better. And then something you can do is just know what a major chord looks like, because it's very easy to know. It's very easy to practice in all 12 keys if you know how a major scale looks like. Let's say in the key of A, right? Let's say you know Waymaker. Let's, for example, Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper, Light in Darkness. My God, that is who you are. You remember last week I talked about you can play 2 major. So if you know what a major scale looks like, you don't even need to know, like all you have to do is just play B major. So Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper, Light in the Darkness, 2 major, that 2 major is B major. Like that's what you have to think about. So if you know what B major looks like, it's going to be very, very easy to be able to play all those easy stops. So Miracle Worker, Rise in Darkness, my God, that is who you are. So 2 major, Miracle Worker, Promise Keeper, Light in, my God, that is who you, flat 7. So you know flat 7 already is G. You don't have to it's very, very easy to know what a major scale, what a major chord looks like. So that from there you can now think if you want to make it minor. It's gonna be very, very easy. So if you know what a major chord looks like, it's gonna be very easy to be able to play in all 12 keys.